Okay, science energy test. Refer to your word bank to fill in the blanks. Or no, you're going to write it on your own notebook paper, but use your word bank. I'll read the word bank first. Total energy, balanced force, kinetic, x-axis, joules, unbalanced forces, resting position, y-axis, speed, force, potential. Number 1, all energy, potential, and kinetic within a specific system. Number 2, a unit used to measure energy. 3, energy that is stored in a system or object. 4, forces on an object that cause change in the motion of the object. 5, the vertical line with labels on a coordinate grid. Distance is represented on the y-axis. 6, energy of motion. 7, the horizontal line with labels on a coordinate grid. Time is represented in the x-axis. 8, a push or pull that can change the motion of an object, measured with a spring scale in Newton units. Number 9, separate forces on an object that combined do not change the motion of the object. 10, the rate of change of position or distance traveled with respect to time. Units in which speed is measured are expressed as distance per time. Example, meters per second. Number 11, energy that is stored in a system or object. 12, refers to an object remaining in the same spot relative to another object. Now, for the rest of them, it's going to be multiple choice. So number 13, the simplified graph shows the motion of an object as measured and recorded in consistent units of time and distance. From the graph, it can be concluded that the object was moving in an upward direction, faster as time went on, at a constant speed, for a short amount of time. Number 14, time and distance data for a bicycle is provided in the graph. According to the data in the graph, what was the average speed of the bicycle? 1 meter per second, 4 meters per second, 5 meters per second, 20 meters per second. Number 15, the graph below shows the motion of an object. Which statement best describes the motion of the object between points X and Y? The object's speed increased, the object stopped moving, the object's distance increased, the object slowed down. Number 16, a motorcycle traveled 250 kilometers in 5 hours. What was its average speed in kilometers per hour? Record and bubble in your answer on the grid provided below. Number 17. Time and distance data for a falling object is provided in the table. Which graph represents the data in the table? Time and distance. So if the time is 0, the distance was 0. If the time is 1, the distance was 4.9. Time is 2, the distance is 19.6. If time is 3, distance is 44.1. So choose which graph represents the data in the table. Number 18. It takes 5 hours to drive from Fort Worth to Midland, which is a distance of 300 miles. What would be the average speed for this trip? Record and bubble in your answer on the grid provided. Number 19. If an object travels 42 meters in 6 seconds, what is its average speed? Okay, sorry. Number 20. The graph below shows distance over time. Which of these situations could be represented by this graph? A student walks 1.5 kilometers to a friend's house in 40 minutes. The two students then walk another 1.5 kilometers to school in 20 minutes. Or a student walks 1.5 kilometers to a friend's house in 20 minutes. The two students then walk another 1.5 kilometers to school in 40 minutes. A student walks 1.5 kilometers to a friend's house in 30 minutes. The two students then walk another 1.5 kilometers to school in 30 minutes. A student walks 1.5 kilometers to a friend's house in 20 minutes. The two students then walk another 1.5 to school in 60 minutes. Number 21, which graph represents an object moving at the greatest speed?